Are you living with diabetes or have a loved one struggling to keep control of sugar levels? Have you felt a little lost when it comes to managing your diabetes? Like there are a million questions buzzing around in your head all at once, but the answers are buried somewhere deep in all that medical jargon. I know how you feel, and that's why I started Sugar Unspiked, a place for people living with diabetes to come together, share experiences, and learn how to rock this journey together. Now, hold on a sec. Before you imagine me as some kind of drill sergeant barking about deprivation, let me assure you, this isn't your mama's diabetes podcast. We're here to ditch the diet mentality and focus on understanding what diabetes really is, how it affects our bodies, and most importantly, how we can live awesome lives while managing it. I was first diagnosed with type 2 diabetes back in 2008 and have been living with it for over 15 years. When my doctor first shared the results of my blood work, it felt like the world stopped spinning. Sure, I put on my poker face and listened to him tell me about all the ways we can take control of the situation, and even acted like it wasn't a big deal as he showed me how to inject myself with that daily dose of insulin. Suddenly, I was bombarded with information about blood sugar, insulin, healthy living, and a whole bunch of other stuff, thanks to Google University. Yeah, so I get it. Now, the awesome part of my journey has been that I've now stayed off of insulin, taken control of my blood sugar levels, and live a normal life, all thanks to the support of my family, friends, and of course, some awesome healthcare professionals. And that's the sort of support network which inspired me to create Sugar Unspiked. Now, I'm not here to point fingers or shame anyone's sweet tooth. We all love a good cupcake, maybe 5, but understanding how our bodies react to sugar and how diabetes can affect things like energy levels, mental state, and vision is key. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed by all the information out there, you're not alone. Millions of people around the world are living with this condition, and it can feel like a lot to manage. But here's the good news. You can absolutely thrive with diabetes. In fact, millions of people around the world are living happy, healthy lives with diabetes. That's right, you can absolutely rock this, even if your body isn't quite handling sugar in the same way. This podcast is here to be your guide, your cheerleader, and your source of straight up information. It's all about ditching the fear and taking control. We'll be talking to experts, sharing tips and tricks, and most importantly, reminding you that you're not alone. I know there's hundreds of other blogs and podcasts on the same topic, and at times it's hard to figure out what works best. Well, I can tell you this. It's not a one-stop solution that works for everyone, and that's why through Sugar Unspiked, we're going to figure out what works best for each individual together as a community. We'll tackle topics like healthy living, exercise routine, managing stress, and even the latest in diabetes technology. But it won't all be serious business. We'll also be sharing some personal stories and tips and a healthy dose of humor to keep things light. Because let's face it, living with diabetes sometimes requires a little laughter. Now, did you know that Egyptian mummies were actually preserved with, wait for it, honey? That's right, our love affair with sugar goes way back. But unlike those mummies, we have to be mindful of how much we consume in the modern world. Diabetes is on the rise, and it's important to know the different types. There's type 1, which is an autoimmune condition, and type 2, which is often linked with lifestyle factors. So, whether you're curious about your own family history or looking for tips to support a loved one with diabetes, stay tuned. In the next episode, we'll dive deeper into the science behind sugar and how it interacts with our bodies. We'll explore some common myths and misconceptions about diabetes and the different types and how they're diagnosed. In the meantime, if you have any questions or just want to share your favorite sugar-free recipe, hit us up on social media using the hashtag SugarUnspiked. And be sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite streaming platform.